Hey everyone, Roxapoxa90 here with another Is It Worth It video. In this one we're going to focus on buying Magic the Gathering booster packs from your local card store. So when you buy from your LGS, which is local game store, often they'll sell separate individual booster packs. Lots of stores do this in order for people who want to buy singles and not have to spend on a full fat pack or booster box. They'll have a big stack of them and people can buy. My own store sells individuals for $4 each and 3 for $10, 3 packs for $10. The question is it worth buying individual packs from your local game store? Why is this an issue? The answer is box mapping, and I'll link to a YouTuber who I know who shows off box mapping and how it works, so you guys can check out and see. It's pretty interesting science, for lack of a better word. It has to do with algorithms and probability of what packs are placed in which box in how Wizards lays out the cards. But anyway, many stores open a box. They'll use different devices or algorithms to pick out the best packs in the box. So they'll pick out the major mythics, they'll pick out the most expensive cards. They'll open those individual packs. They'll take out the singles to sell individually for a lot of money. And then they'll take, let's say, the last 20-something packs and they'll put them in the case to sell individually, and they'll sell the quote-unquote garbage packs to the consumer who's coming in. You really don't want to be taken in, especially if you're a younger player, you don't have a lot of resources, you don't have a lot of money to spend. You don't want to be taken in and made to buy garbage packs. That's ridiculous. So the question is, how do you know if your local store does this? What are the sort of signs you look for? The first thing that I do when I walk into a store is I look at the store and I say, are they selling the boosters directly out of a box? Meaning they're not in a separate case, just flipped open on display. If it's directly out of a booster box, it's more likely, again, not guaranteed, but it's more likely that they're not selling hand-picked packs. Because they probably, at least in one of the stores I visited, what they do is they open the box and they stick it out in front and that's it. More likely, they're not deceiving you if it's in a booster box display. If it's individual packs in a case, or out in front, or behind the counter, that's a little more questionable. Second thing I think about, does the store you go to sell tons of rares and foils from the standard sets of packs that they're selling in their display cases? Standard's more liquid in terms of the amount of people playing it and the type of money being thrown at it, so stores tend to make more profit off the newer cards. They also can over-speculate and overcharge for them, but that's a separate video. So when you look at their standard single section, if it's overflowing, they have tons of amazing cards from the newest set, especially very quick. Like they just got in the boxes from the new set and they have tons of the expensive fancy cards from the set. That's already a little suspicious. So I had a store like that where they overpriced a lot of the new cards being released and they had tons of them. I'm talking like 8 Jace Memory Adepts. This is when the set just came out with Jace for the first time. And they had like 8 of him stacked up, 8 of each of the Planeswalker. I think it was, Chandra Firebrand, Jace Memory Adept, stacks of them, and basically every valuable card and foils of them all out in the case. They could have bought them individually, and some stores do, so I'm not saying it's another guarantee, but you should be suspicious if they have tons of the card standard singles right out in front, and they don't have a booster box display. That's the second thing I think about when I go into the store. Third, if they sell lots of packs on a regular basis, there was a very large store I used to go to that sold, I don't know, they must have gone through boxes every single day of packs. And they're selling on a regular basis, and you see the guys behind the counter, they just grab up a box that's sealed and tear it open and put the box out in front and start selling the packs. It tends to show that the stores is not taking the boxes on their own, opening them and then showing them. They're regularly just opening boxes right in front. They're not trying to hide anything. Again, having a store that's open and honest with you, just in terms of daily activities, those ones are less likely to box map. They move enough packs to not do this sort of box mapping. And hopefully they're also honest. Fourth thing I think about, do people regularly not get good stuff in the individual packs? If you have friends who buy individual packs from the store and you know people in the store, you've talked to, you have your buddies from the local gaming shop who you play with, and they all complain, I buy individual packs and I get garbage. If it's a consistent trend, chances are they're box mapping and you should stop buying from that store. You should probably even recommend to people don't buy single packs from that store. Fifth thing is you could just ask. I mean, I've asked before, like, do you have a booster box that you can open, or can you open a booster box and then just have it on display, that sort of thing. And they might just say, oh, of course, and we'll definitely do it for you, no problem. And then there are others that'll say, no, we just sell our individual packs the way we have them here. which makes it, in my mind, more suspicious that they aren't trying to accommodate you, the customer, and that they are trying to shove you to the packs that they want to sell you. And obviously, if they're nice and honest people in general with you, you don't feel uncomfortable with them, whether you think they're telling the truth, whether they're cheating you and stuff like that. If they're nice, honest people, chances are they're not trying to box map and rip you off. So obviously, none of these methods I use and that you guys should consider using are foolproof at all. But they all narrow the likelihood of you getting ripped off by box mapping. So if you want to stay safe, don't buy individual packs, especially from local game stores. Stick to buying booster boxes and fat packs. You can pay a little more for the fat packs, but at least they can't be tampered with. So I'm not a huge fan of fat packs if you've watched my buying MTG packs video. But it's definitely a better option than buying single booster packs and having them be tampered with and you get nothing. This isn't an attack on local game stores. It's important to support your LGS by buying from them. But if you're worried about your local game store cheating you of your hard-earned money by selling you single packs that you think are box mapped, you got to buy sealed stuff, fat packs and booster boxes. Most people can't afford those, so I would say these are the sort of things you want to think about before you spend your money. What do you guys think of box mapping? Have you ever been victim to it knowingly, that you know you've been ripped off? What are your general thoughts about these techniques, and do you have any of your own that you guys use? Sound off below in the comments section of the video. Check out my channel sponsors in the description of the video. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, Roxybox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.